Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we are joined by Jared. Jared, how in the hell are you?
Fantastic. For me, it's been a great week. Great week of, just a great week in general. That's all I'll say.
Hey, that's a good thing. It's always a good thing. It is officially Senior Bowl season, so it's officially nitty-gritty nerd draft season.
Yep. It's that time.
It is that time. In fact, the Senior Bowl is going on right now as we speak. I had been watching it up until we were getting ready to start recording or, get ready to go live here. So, been watching the Senior Bowl, been watching some guys that will probably more likely be guys that for potential day 2, day 3 picks. There's definitely a couple guys that I have been watching. Me and our boy Herb, shout out to Herb. Me and him have been talking back and forth. He's been watching as well as there's been definitely some interesting guys to talk about in this draft. Speaking of draft, one thing also quick, earlier this week, I was on a podcast with Draft Nation. If you were on YouTube or if you are basically wherever you're at, there should be a link that you can go and click on that link. I'll be episode 150. Make sure to go listen to that. It's a good draft talk, and because we're getting to that time of year, baby.
Yep. It's that time of the year. Hopefully, some improvements to the team and a lot of questions that hopefully will be answered soon.
Well, we speaking of that, we do have some answers because earlier this week, Art Rooney spoke with select members of the media to discuss basically the state of the address of this team. And the biggest things that came out of this was don't expect wholesale draft or staffing changes. It's either going to be Justin Fields or Russell Wilson that gets signed. And he hopes that it's more than just a 1-year deal kind of thing. So those are two big things because now, granted, we all knew that there wasn't going to be any changes to the staff. The only way that there was going to be a major change to the staff was that if Arthur Smith got hired as a head coach, then you would have to hire a new offensive coordinator. But we knew that. As much as we didn't want it to happen, as much as we didn't want it to be the case, that was what was going to happen. As sad as it is, as sad as we want to see guys like Terrell Austin go, we just simply knew that wasn't going to happen. We know this team.
Terrible. That's all I'm gonna say. The defensive, at least, that's all what I care about. Something had to change there, but all right, continue.
All right, first thing, we already got a comment here from YouTube. So from TJ. Not gonna lie, I'm on my CM Punk right now. This team will be better when the current. Okay, but it'll just be taken over by a stupid son and the rest of his stupid family. Jesus Christ! I didn't know that Art Rooney was turning into Vince McMahon here.
Yeah. Ooh.
But boy. But yeah, so when Brooke Pryor was because I'm going off of what Brooke Pryor from ESPN had said during this media scrum or whatever that Art Rooney had said that. So the exact quote was that his preference would be to sign Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. And he says, quote, I think they're both capable quarterbacks, and my preference would be to sign one of them so that they'll be the priority, and I think they'll give us the best opportunity to move forward. Here's what I say to that. First off, here's where I'm at on both quarterbacks. Justin Fields, do I think he's the answer? No. But I am more willing to give him a quote-unquote longer-term deal because of the age, because I still think there is something there.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, the only way that I'm keeping Russell Wilson, and this is galaxy brain shit right here.
Oh boy.
So we can have he could be our 2025 Tommy Maddox. If we could have an 03 type of year, if we could go and get our Ben Roethlisberger in 26.
So you're talking about tank for Arch Manning.
Well, I don't think we're going to be first overall pick kind of tank, but you know what? Hey, Russell Wilson made a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, how far down the list was he at?
I don't get, that's why I said it, because TJ said that. No, I think JJ Watt said it best. It's like once you're down to like the 5th alternate, it's not the Pro Bowl anymore. It's just the participation bowl.
Who's going? Yeah, who can make it?
What happened to the great game that we all loved?
It's changed a lot.
And it's happened in almost all the sports too.
When you say Tommy Maddox for Russell Wilson, what, a 2-year deal?
Oh no, I'm just talking. He could just be our quarterback, so he could be bad enough.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
But we all know how that goes. But so yeah, overall, when it comes to the quarterback stuff, now granted, there's not a quarterback that I'd want in this draft class, really, at all. I eliminate that. There's not really many quarterbacks that are in the free agency market, trade market that would truly interest me. So in this case, if we do have to go with a quarterback this year, that's realistic. Yeah, why not let it be a Justin Fields? But let it be a 2-year deal to where you have someone this year, and then if things go all right, then we'll discuss that at the end of next year. Or if it goes haywire, then we know what's going to happen in 26.
Makes sense. I think that's the option most people would want, is Justin Fields to be the starting quarterback for next year. I don't think a lot of people really want Russ to come back. I'm one of them. I'm sure you probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
Unless it's like you said, a Tommy Maddox year, we'll see. But I'm glad he answered the question. Not really, but I guess we'll find out till after the Super Bowl when that happens, and I'm sure we'll find out who the quarterback is. But I hope it's Justin Fields. I really hope so, and we'll see what happens. And like I said, if he has a bad year, then either one, the Steelers, we're just coasting on by, coasting on by with these winning records and losing in the first round. I'm not trying to be one of those people like, oh man, I wouldn't be mad if we're like, have a losing record, be in the top 10 draft order or top 5. Yeah, I think the Steelers, I think they need it one of these years. They really, truly need it.
All right, so we got a comment here from a certain someone that you may know.
No, Mr. Jalen Milroe's not been doing great for what I've been hearing.
Yeah, so it was ironic because I just recently watched a couple games on Jalen Milroe. Mm-hmm. I watched some of his tape.
Mm-hmm.
He has the arm strength like crazy.
Yep.
Athletic as all get out.
That's what I'm being told, yep.
But he goes through progression slowly.
Mm-hmm.
His lower body just doesn't seem like it likes to work in sequence.
Mm-hmm.
When he's throwing at times. He could tuck a run a little early.
Yep.
So I think that he was never someone that I was truly interested in.
A very raw prospect, what you're saying, very, very,
But I do know a team that would be interested in him.
Who's that?
And their team just recently hired one of his own former offensive coordinators as their offensive coordinator. Cleveland. I just hope you guys draft Jalen Milroe. But no, yeah, he has not been great at all.
Yeah, sounds about right.
TJ Black here says Milroe was Malik Willis if he went to Bama, which I mean, yeesh.
Wow.
Exactly, yeesh. Getting back into Art Rooney here. Says that they will be looking at quarterbacks in this draft. Obviously, the quote was, obviously, we'll be looking into the draft as well. We've got a whole quarterback room to fill, so there's just jobs open in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we looked in the draft either this year or next year. Now, when I hear that, I don't go into panic mode and say, oh, we're drafting a quarterback at 21.
No.
Like, I don't do that. I don't even think that there's a guy that we go in day 2. I just think what's going to end up happening is right now the only quarterback that they have on the roster right now is, if I'm not mistaken, Skylar Thompson.
Yep.
So you're probably going to get one of those. You're probably end up being a Chris Oladukin kind of deal.
Yep.
So I don't think that this year they're going to go for a quarterback that's going to be, a realistic guy. Now next year might be different.
Oh yeah.
Next year might be a little bit different based on how they want to handle things, based on the fact that next year is supposed to be a better quarterback class. So we shall see. But I don't take that as we're going to take a quarterback in the first couple rounds.
Yep. All right. I understand. I agree. I don't think we touch it. I think we can go what we need more. But as I'm sure you'll talk about, what we need in this draft in the first couple rounds, you would say, position-wise. You were talking about it a little bit off-screen, a defensive tackle on the defensive line. You can maybe a receiver or a corner. One of those. I think one of those three is definitely, up there in the early picks.
There's definitely – so right now as the Senior Bowl is going, there are definitely some guys that have been very interesting. Guys like Jamari Campbell from Oregon. He's been someone that has been very nice. Who else is there? There's been Dorian Strong. He's a corner. He's been playing pretty damn well so far. Interior offensive line, Gray Zabel from North Dakota State. I don't think he's lost a rep yet at the Senior Bowl. And so he is someone that I definitely have a little bit of interest in, because it doesn't matter what kind of guy he's going up against. He's able to anchor down. He's able to beat everyone. So I am very excited to see what they got to do. And I'm looking at the Facebook comment here, and my boy Big A said, y'all lucky I'm at work. I'd cause a scene in here right now.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to my boy Big A. But yeah, that's where I'm at in terms of the quarterbacks.
Okay. Any receivers that you saw that you liked? Anything else that stood out? Nothing crazy? I know it's the Senior Bowl. It's not going to tell much. Receiver-wise,
the one guy that kind of interested me in a way, but also scares me because of his measurables, is Tez Johnson. But thing is the dude is like Tutu Atwell size. The dude's 156 pounds.
Wow.
But that dude is good. But I just don't think that that's the kind of receiver that we need.
No. Definitely not. I'm sure, once the combine gets closer, we'll have more names to talk about.
Once we get closer to the combine, like I've been talking about before, there's a couple guys there's one guy that I would love to see the Steelers get, but I just know that he's going to be drafted way before then, and that's Tech McMillan from Arizona. That dude is so far. I have 2 draft crushes in this NFL draft, and he's one of them. And the other one I just watched last night, and that's a guy by the name of Tyler Booker, who's a guard from Alabama. That's another one of my draft crushes, but that's just a draft kind of deal.
Yeah.
But Ted McMillan, he's a guy that's 6'5", that can do a lot.
Wow. Yeah, someone's gonna love having him.
But the one guy that I think that is realistic for the Steelers that I would love to see on this team is Emeka Egbuka
Mm-hmm.
from the Ohio
Yeah.
State Buckeyes. But yeah, Egbuka is someone that I think is quote unquote bust proof.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could see a scenario where he's a bust in the NFL.
Okay. All right. No, I like where this is going. It's still very early in the process. I'm sure, like I said, we'll talk about more names in the future. I'm just trying to see what we would do at this point in round one. I still don't know personally. You know, like
I think
what
I'm
position?
still leaning towards receiver,
Mm-hmm.
something that we haven't done in probably 20 years.
Yeah,
Let's go with a receiver in round one. If I'm not mistaken, the last one was what? Santonio Holmes?
I think so.
So, and that was what, 06?
Wow. Almost 20
So,
years.
yeah, it's been 19 years since we've drafted a receiver in round one. And I also wouldn't be fully opposed to double dipping at receiver in this draft either.
Mm.
So we'll see. We'll see about that. TJ here says he wouldn't mind having Golden, Egbuka, or Resputo. Golden is someone that's on my list of guys to watch receiver wise. So at some point here in the next whenever it is, I will get to him at some point, but we'll just have to see. Every day I kind of just go and I pick one or two random guys and I just go and watch them. Like last night, who did I watch last night? Last night I watched Tyler Booker from Alabama. And then Trey Harris, he's a receiver from Ole Miss. That was another guy that I watched.
Okay. It's very good, interesting, good stuff. I'm sure you'll know more names and watch more film down the stretch here as the draft gets closer. So I'm gonna dive in a little bit and see, just for my little, basic knowledge as a fan in draft.
And well, you also got to get going. Well, here in the next, we got because you know what we always do right after the combine.
Oh, I know. This will be the first
mock draft season.
First mock draft.
Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait.
When's the combine already? I don't even know the date.
Very end of February, going into March.
Oh wow, that's really soon.
Let's see. What are the dates?
That's very soon. Wow.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember but we usually do them like the week after, like the Thursday after the combine.
Yeah.
That's usually right around when we do it. So be prepared for that sometime because it's usually like right before my birthday.
Yep.
NFL Combine 2025. So it's from February 27th to March 2nd. So if I had to guess by everything, maybe the week of March 6th.
Yep.
So sometime that week, we'll have to figure out a day that works for all, you, me. And then we'll obviously, as we've done the last couple of years, we'll bring in our boy Herb. And then I'll get my boy Hunter in here. We'll do a mock draft and we'll do a big old mock draft show. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm. Just see where everyone's heads are at and, playing the role of a GM, who would you pick and why?
And the last couple of years, my mock drafts have been doing pretty well. So, like there was one year that I think my mock drafts did better than almost all of the big writers outside. And I think I tied Daniel Jeremiah. So,
hey, man, you keep working, man. Keep working. I'm just, at the top of the draft is like, who is it going to be? I don't know. Like, I don't know right now. I probably Abdul Carter going number one, or was it the Titans? Are they going to go for quarterback? I don't think they will.
By the way, too, I'm going to give you guys two other names, not necessarily Steeler related, but draft related, of guys that I think are going to be very good in the NFL. Number one is Elijah Arroyo. He's a tight end. I believe he went to Miami. That dude's had a really good Senior Bowl. And then this guy I'm about to name, he's a first-round guy by the name of Walter Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out. Watch out with him. That dude, he's from Ole Miss. And watch out, because that dude's going to be something special.
Walter Nolan. I'm going to have to look him up and see. Give him a watch.
He's someone that's going to be special. But, all right, back to regularly scheduled programming, which is talking about Mr. Art Rooney. So, talked about the quarterbacks, and then also says that he would prefer to have his quarterback have more than just a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it's not as fully up to him, but that's here and over there. Another thing that was interesting too that got brought up was the possibility of increasing the coaching staff, because we do have one of the smallest coaching staffs in the NFL. And Art Rooney says, I just don't see that holding us back. I don't think that's our problem.
Wow. Not holding us back. I don't know, man. I would like, if you're not going to change the staff, would you like to add some more? It has to be a lot.
Here's my thing is, outside of paying people more money,
yep.
Why would not having a couple more bodies and being able to pick brains off of more people and having knowledge from other places and all that, why is that a bad thing?
It's not.
Exactly.
I don't know why. I don't know why either. Especially when you're not firing anybody or changing the staff. Why not add?
Can never have too much knowledge.
Nope.
And then this was something that was a little intriguing, to say the least. Was asked if there was anything they learned about the last time they drafted a quarterback, i.a. Kenny Pickett, who is sadly in the Super Bowl.
Oh, man. Rather have the Chiefs win it or Kenny Pickett get a Super Bowl ring?
You want to know the real answer to that?
No, about a meteor strike.
Actually, I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to get killed in the comments.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not. Nope, I'm not.
I want to know, though. I need to know. Off stream it. Off. You can.
No, I'll say it.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather see Kansas City win.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. And I know that's a very bad.
Ooh, wow, that's crazy.
Because I am that much of a hater. And then former Steeler Chris Oladukin.
That's right. Former Steeler Chris Oladukin.
But here's going back to Kenny. Speaking of that guy, this is what Art Rooney said about that experience. It's disappointing that Kenny didn't work out to be our long-term quarterback, and I'm not sure that there's a whole lot, or that there's a lot to be learned from that. We just have to look at the next opportunity. That comment, on the other hand, makes me a little nervous.
Yep.
Because the way that this draft class is for quarterbacks, no, I do not. No. Shall I say it again? No.
You know what's gonna be, man. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be Jalen Milroe, 3rd round pick, 3rd, 4th round pick. Your reaction?
Where's the cliff? Where's the cliff? Hope you guys are ready to feel an earthquake.
Oh my God.
Cross country. Because that's what's happening.
Oh man. Because if I had to pick a quarterback that the Steelers would draft, it would be him. I haven't looked at any other ones.
Here's a quarterback that we could draft. It's called Nobody. Actually, you know what? For my own sanity, just because he went to my school, Will Howard. That's the only guy. And even then.
Oh my gosh, Will Howard.
And even then, I still am not high on that. Oh boy. I'm
yeah, but he's a champion.
Doesn't mean he's gonna be good in the NFL, buddy.
Oh, same with JJ McCarthy. You know, he's a champion like him.
Yeah, but JJ McCarthy actually had a little bit of hope. I think there is actually some with that as an NFL guy.
I'm just saying.
What the hell? I was gonna say I looked over and I just had a shit ton of text messages. I'm like, what the hell? But oh man, other than that, so that was, I think, the extent of what Art Rooney had to say about our good old Pittsburgh Steelers, and not very pleasing responses.
Nope. No expectation. I've been had no expectations. Now this upcoming season, it's about the same. Whatever happens.
IL, by the way.
Huh?
TJ said, I want Will Howard OH, so I naturally have to say IO.
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay. Makes sense. I was trying to see what Anyways, no expectations at all. Whatever happens.
Are another 9-8 season with a first round bye. Or with a first round exit, if we even make it.
Yeah. Might as well just take the season off, what it sounds like here. It's just not, from what Art Rooney just said right there. I'm sure he got beautiful responses out of what he just said. I'm sure they were all pleasing.
What year do we live in?
I'm being sarcastic here.
I know. I'm joining along with it.
Okay, I was like,
oh yeah, no. Comments on those were not great at all.
I bet. I mean, the Pittsburgh teams right now are not doing great. You got the poor Penguins not doing good. The Pirates. Ugh.
It's just a matter of time before Paul Skeens becomes a Dodger.
No. He'll be a Yankee. That's what's going to happen.
No.
Paul Skeens.
And they're just going to defer the money to 2085.
That's what the Dodgers been doing.
That's exactly what's going to happen with Paul Skeens.
So, but it's not looking good. I don't know what to say. You have Steeler fans like in, I would say the first time in a while. I think everyone's been seeing it coming. He's like, the team's, gonna shit the bed. And this is the draft we're talking about. Now we talk about free agency part of it too. But we've talked a little bit about the quarterbacks. So other positions they got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
The running backs. Is Harris coming back? I
got the perfect guy for that.
I can tell you that I don't think he's coming back right now, in my eyes. And I know you're going to say you're running back from Ohio State already.
Well, we have two. It's a matter of which one.
Oh my gosh. So
we're going to turn this bitch into the Pittsburgh Buckeyes.
No, I don't want. I'm okay with a couple guys, but geez, not everyone from Ohio State.
Oh no, I want Justin Fields, Will Howard as the backup quarterback, Travion Henderson as the running back, Mecca Buka in this. We're gonna trade for Garrett Wilson,
Oh, okay. All right. Now you're asking for too much. There's no way. And, also, oh yeah, but I'm glad you brought that up. The wide receiver, I don't think with all this talk, he talked about GP. I don't think Pickens is getting traded. I don't think so. Don't think so. There's a little buzz about it, but the way that I think Rooney responded to that, he just has to grow a bit. Well, I was like, no, how much more growing do you need in the NFL? But
yeah.
But a lot of questions. That's just talking about draft. Free agency is another one.
Yeah, it'll be, and we'll get to that as we get closer to free agency to figure out, especially too because they do have some salary cap that this year. They have a good amount this year, so we'll see what happens.
They could make more.
And yeah, there is a chance that they can potentially get more. But now that doesn't mean we're going to go out and spend. We're just going to go on an absolute spending spree, nor do I think we should.
No.
But I do think it would be nice to see them go and spend. And Omar Khan has done that, to be fair. So that'll be nice to see. So it'll just be something we'll have to watch out for.
We'll see. Because right now, I think everyone's hopes are down the drain. I'm at the 1% mark.
In 2K, you have the Gatorade symbol.
Yep.
We shall see. Other than that, anything else that you want to get into before?
No, that's pretty much it. I don't have much. We'll talk about the Super Bowl next week because we'll talk about it next week. The games were great. The AFC Championship game I enjoyed watching. The NFC, it was close for a little bit.
And then
oh well. Saquon Barkley, man, what a difference to that team. Should be MVP, but we're going to go to a quarterback.
He'll end up being Offensive Player of the Year, but
yep. It is what it is.
Other than that, I think that is about it for this week. I do want to say thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you guys did, smash that like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. Again, make sure to click the link to go and check out a podcast I was out with Draft Nation with Joe from Draft 412 and Draft Nation. Make sure to go and check that out as well. And until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. We're going to get a little bit of a heat wave here in Northeast Ohio. We're actually going to get 40s.
Oh, yeah. We're back to normal.
Like right now, it's currently 40 outside.
Wow. I'm happy for you guys.
And actually, it looks like next week we're going to get a day or two in the 50s.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that.
I might go and might have to get the golf clubs out.
Is that the golf weather for you right now?
Oh, listen. Hell, I'd go on this shit right now, even if there's snow still on the ground. But other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. And until then, it's still always fuck the magic. Till then, have a great weekend, guys. Stay safe. Peace out.